New traders usually focus on learning things like technical patterns, applying moving averages to their charts, and trying fancy indicators to try and predict price movements. While we do believe that there is value in technical analysis, we also believe that there are other key metrics to pay attention to prior to making a trading decision. We can look at things like interest rates, inflation levels, and GDP growth to predict the future direction of an asset. That's exactly why we're going to be discussing our team's proprietary market scanning software today, the A1 EdgeFinder. This tool is a software that automatically pulls in important data on financial markets and helps break it down for traders on all levels. In this video, we'll take you step by step through our software to show you all that it has to offer. Remember, if you like this content from us, please subscribe, leave a comment, and leave a like down below. So here we are on the A1 EdgeFinder's homepage, and the first thing we're going to take a look at is the market heat map. So here we are in the market heat map, and the market heat map shows you the percent gains or losses each pair has made throughout the day. This is helpful for traders who want to see the biggest movers or trade volatility. Each pair is color-coded according to how hard it moves. The lighter the color, the less volatile, and the darker the color, the bigger the move. So as we can see today, on Tuesday, July 12th is when I'm recording this. It looks like the Aussie dollar is one of the biggest movers for today. Keep in mind the heat market is just showing the biggest movers of the day. And if we look down here, US oil is another big mover for the day, but in the opposite direction. So that's what the market heat map shows you. Moving right along, we're going to take a look at the Smart Money Tracker. So if we go over to the left here, we can navigate over to Smart Money Tracker. And here we are on the Smart Money Tracker page. In our content, you may have noticed that we occasionally use our own proprietary software to research the markets. This market scanner is called the A1 EdgeFinder, and it is a tool our team has spent a lot of time designing and updating. The scanner imports data on things like retail positions to see what retail traders are buying or selling. It also imports bank and hedge fund positioning so that we can get an inside look at what the big players are up to. Of course, we pay attention to fundamentals, so we program the tool to grab economic data in real time to help keep us up to date. If you'd like a copy of the tool yourself, we're doing a major subscriber discount when you use code A1YT at checkout. In the description below, you'll find a link to get access to the tool. By purchasing our software, you'll be supporting our research videos here, as well as getting access to an amazing tool. Again, use code A1YT down below. Now, back to the video. And this feature is very helpful in scanning market activity on an institutional level. With the Smart Money Tracker, you can see where the biggest money flows are entering and exiting through COT data. You'll be able to see the top positions on the long or short side, as well as a visual of how the positions are distributed in the tree map. On top of that, we have divided all the assets into only 4 categories. So you'll be able to see the overall market sentiment on risk on, risk off, metals, and oils. And we can see that listed right here. Seeing an increase in institutional buyers for risk-off currencies may help you to look for risk-adverse setups, as well as keep you from taking a position that is not in your favor. Next, let's move on to economic news. So here is the economic news page. So if you're looking for all the events on any currency, you can find that all right here. This will let you set filters and search for any of the 8 currencies listed on the EdgeFinder, and you can organize it by highest to lowest impact from the news. So if we look at impact right here, let's do highest impact. So if I just check highest impact, there we go. So we can see again, today is July 12th. And we can see high impacts. We can also see the time until the event happens here. But let's bring everything back in. So not only can you see news from other outlets, but you can see our own analysts writing their news stories here. Exploring this tab will be especially helpful for those who are trying to form a fundamental bias at the start of each week. Now let's quickly go back to the home page. Here on the home page, it's basically a summary of all the EdgeFinder's features, along with the daily returns distribution chart, which shows you the currency's rank and performance. You can glance at the currency strength meter for the week's strongest and weakest currencies. You can also see some of the top COT positions from the Smart Money Tracker. There's so much to unpack from the Home tab, as you will be getting a summary of metrics from the entire market. So if you want just a quick glance at what's going on in the market today, the home page is definitely going to be what you want to look at. It's not going to go too terribly in depth on anything, but it's going to give you lots of information all on one page. And of course, we can click on each individual asset. So from the home page, let's say I want to look at one of the top cells. How about GBP USD? I can click on that and it'll bring me to this page for the pair. And this page gives you super in-depth detail on everything that's going on with this pair, and it's getting updated hourly. So we can see that GBP USD is one of our strongest sells of the day with a score of -8. And if you watch our weekly EdgeFinder videos that I release every Friday, you've seen me go in depth on these pages before. So I won't go too far in depth into all of these, but you can see that we have our score, COT data, retail sentiment, seasonality, trend reading, GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, interest rate divergence, and the daily price chart as well. So this is going to keep you super up to date on everything that's going on with that particular commodity, indice, or currency pair. Now let's take a look at the historical backtest. So if you scroll down on the left here, you'll be able to find that. So this feature lets you see how that asset's price performed with the EdgeFinder score over time. So why don't we take a look at the pair that we were just looking at, GBP USD. So if we scroll down, we can find that right here. Click on that, and there we go. Each column is one trading day, so the backtester's look is 1 month in the past and shows the performance. This is a useful tool to help you gauge when you should enter long or short positions, and usually when a bull or bear rally has ended and it's time to shift sentiment. And the last thing we're going to look at really quickly is the Scorechart Summary. And again, if you've seen our weekly EdgeFinder videos that we post on Friday, you're very familiar with this page. But this shows you all the pairs, indices, and commodities currently listed in the EdgeFinder and all of those categories that we score on. Again, we color-coded them, so blue means buy, and the darker the blue, the stronger the move, the darker the red, the stronger the move in the opposite direction. So all of those individual categories that when you click on one of these pairs, you see right here, all of that is listed in the Scorechart Summary as well. Right up here, you can see that for everything in the EdgeFinder.